Good evening. You don't hear that too much, do you? Good evening. Well, I'm up here in the old rustic cabin up here in Sullivan County. And I'm inside. How about that? Craig, the owner, was so gracious to me a set of keys. I can come in here just like old times and spend the night here. I had a wonderful day today. I finished a video, railroad, Eaglesmere Railroad out over there in Eaglesmere. Fantastic. I found what I needed to find. I hiked where I needed to hike. It just went great, and you'll get to see the video then. Now, but before I get into that, I was just about done. I went over to the Y where Eaglesmere Station at the end. The Y then where they turned around. And I was just about ready to film some of the Y, and there was a couple. They were having some sort of, they had a blanket there, and maybe they were going to have a picnic. And I just excused myself. I said, you know, I don't want to disturb you. I said, but I just need to make a quick video around here. And we ended up, had a wonderful conversation. And so beautiful people they were. And she gave me a show. What do you think of that? Isn't that something? And a black walnut. Fascinating, isn't it? And I'll show you what she was making on the earth. And when I'm done that, then I'm going to just, it'll be a very, very short video of her explaining a little bit about herself and what she does. So enjoy. So here I am at Eaglesmere on Route 42. Now the Eaglesmere Railroad may have come up, well it did come up through here because right over in there is the railroad bed. The outlet pond is way into there. So most likely it would have came up here. Now, when I was down in Sonestown then, and I got up into where a vicinity where the railroad would have came up through, like I said, there was nothing but private property all over the place. No trespassing signs. And for me to even get into this 8 miles from Sonestown to Eaglesmere, I'll probably have to get a local to show me some of it. And then get permission on a lot of that private property. Now, for instance, here's where very well a railroad bed could have been, but look at this. You see no trespassing at any time. And they're thanking me. It's from the Eaglesmere Recreation Club, which I know has a lot to do with a lot of this land all around in here. But that looks to me like where a railroad bed would have came up from Sonestown. So as I'm walking towards the outlet pond where the first railroad station would have been, I just wanted to read to you something I found from the Valley Girls View. Apparently one of them have been on October the 2nd, 2022. Today I got to see a waterfall I never expected to be able to see. Winona Falls along the old Eagles Mare Railroad line in Sullivan County. And she writes, "This is private property. Today was a one-time limited group tour that involved permission from 3 landowners and each of us signing 2 waivers. It was a walk in Penn's Woods event, one of the more than 50 organized walks across the state of Pennsylvania." So you can see that how serious they are about staying off of there. So 42, of course 42 wouldn't have been here. And the railroad then would have made its way towards the outlet pond. To my left then is the outlet pond. In front of me then I'm walking on a railroad bed. And I'll tell you another reason why I don't want to get down into there, into those 8 miles. When I was at the museum, I was talking to a college student that works there. And he took a walk. He took a walk down to Winona Falls. He lives up here in Eagles Mare. His family lives up in here. Well, he got a phone call one day, and he was strictly forbidden ever to go near those falls again. Apparently, they had cameras. They took a picture of him down in there. And the guy said, they put it on Facebook and somebody knew him and they got his name and phone number and strictly said no way. So you got to respect that. So the Eagles Mare Railroad, 1892 to 1926. Here was the location of the railroad train heading out of Eagles Mare Station for its trip down the mountain to Sonestown. The pavilion and outlet pond were on the left. There's a Y at the north end of the outlet pond, approximately 50 yards down the railroad bed on the left. During 1902, the Eagles Mare Railroad extended to the north end of the lake, where the Eagles Mare Station was built near the Forest Inn. Its turning Y connected to a logging railroad, later called the Susquehanna and Eagles Mare Railroad. How about that? So yes, Eagles Mare. End of August. I started this project June the 11th. I came up to Eagles Mare after being in Sonestown. I visited the museum. I didn't do any filming there, very little filming at all. I wanted to get up into upstairs to the railroad, but the gentleman who does that doesn't do that during the weekday, he does it during the weekend. So that will be another project another time when I come up here on a weekend before the season closes, hopefully. So here I am on another day, and I'm going to explore the Eagles Mare Railroad just a little bit more, so you can watch me as I walk down through the bed and tell you some stuff. So I'm walking out towards 42, towards Sonestown. Then to my Right then is the outlet pond where the first station would have been. There's a Y here too that they used in the beginning to turn around to head back down in Sonestown. And I was down in there looking in here, and I haven't come across that. It might be on that trail that extends around the lake that is private down in there. Can't be that far in though, can it? So there once again from the Valley Girls View website. They have on there about a gentleman who in August of 1922 took a visit apparently from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania to Eaglesmere one day. Name was J.W. Naylor, and he sent this letter to his hometown newspaper about his visit to Eaglesmere. And I'm going to read this to you as we're looking over the outlet pond. To reach Eaglesmere by railroad, all rail in one day, a train must be taken from the Reading Terminal, Philadelphia at 7:36 in the morning. At Halls, a few miles from Williamsport, change is made to the Williamsport and North Branch Railroad. We've been down there, haven't we? This takes you to Muncie Valley to Sonestown, where the little narrow gauge railroad is taken up to the mountain to the Lake of the Eagles, Eaglesmere. It takes an hour to slowly crawl up the mountain, and the fare is 75 cents. We flagged the train and got on halfway down the mountain. The other day, we had taken a trail down to see Winona Falls, timing ourselves to eat lunch and ride back. The train will stop for you anywhere along the line, but remember there is only one train a day, so you'll miss it, possibly miss it, where the trail crosses the line, and you will likely be fagged, that's an interesting word, isn't it, fagged out, if you have to trek all the way back. Isn't that interesting? So as I walk down here to sit on a bench for a while, I think of the Eaglesmere Railroad was a key factor for more than 3 decades in the growth and development of Eaglesmere as a summer vacation resort. Yeah, as I said before, the Eaglesmere Railroad was built in 1892 by the hotel owners to ease the trip up the mountain. But it not only carried people, but it carried lumber and bark and hides for tanneries, food and supplies on its 1-hour trip and 8-mile journey up the mountain. It closed in 1926 due to low passenger volume. Cars got them up the mountain. And also because of poor financial conditions, and there was a fierce storm. So the train continued its way. During 1902, then, the Eaglesmere Railroad extended to the north end of the lake, where Eaglesmere Park Station was built near the Forest Inn. So we'll be taking a hike down through here to get to where the new station is, and I believe that there is a Y there too that we're going to check out. So I'm continuing on to the Eaglesmere Railroad. This is going to take me to Eaglesmere Park. Near here stood the Forest Inn. Started as a Chautauqua Inn in 1899. Became the Forest Inn in 1903. Grounds included 54 cottages, a casino, playhouse, and riding stables. Closed in 1966, demolished in 1978. On this site stood the Playhouse. Original auditorium was a tent, silent movies shown. Jitney players produced plays in the 1930s. World famous director Alvina Krauss ran it from 1945 to 1964 and closed in 1969. And this site here, and grown in. You can see the sidewalk, which I am going to think is the original sidewalk going around the park. Over in here then would have been the Forest Inn. It's up in there to the right of the path. The path goes along here and then takes a right. Comes down in here. For what? I don't know. Maybe there'll be another sign down here saying something. Nice bench.